All right. Welcome, everyone, and happy full moon. Wow. I'll tell you what, the full moon's energies is just one more thing added to this incredible moment in time. And I'm really excited to be doing this live global healing in the Bliss Life Global Healing series on energy medicine for the full moon. So, what we're going to do today is have a guided healing. We're going to tune in to the Infinity Healing Chamber that's all around us. Welcome. And we're going to work with the full moon. What's also happening right now are massive solar flares. And solar flares are interesting because we receive a lot of energy from the sun. The reason the ancients actually worshiped the sun, understood that it holds codes, information, conscious messages in the sunlight. And so they practice ways to drink it in, to activate their pineal, their inner eye, to grow things. But we're also able to take the sun's energy and convert it into all kinds of powerful things. So with the up leveling of the solar flares that's happening, it does mean if we're not careful with our energy, if we're not careful with what we're digesting, what we're feeding ourselves energetically, mentally, emotionally, for our body as well, then we're going to be toxic and we're going to be unable to digest, to consume, to drink this nourishing elixir, and the sun will become something that's not good for us. So the solar flares are important to include in this healing. And what I loved about that is when I tuned in on what we were going to do for this, and that came into my awareness almost immediately, because the moon energy, the full moon, we usually do feminine energy work, right? Now we're both masculine and feminine, dark and light, above and below, within and without, spirit and material, and everything is that way. Otherwise, you're not informed. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with being informed. In fact, we're very blessed to be here right now, and it's our calling. Everything that's happening, the riots, the protests, the pandemic, the quarantine. Right now, where I am, we're in the middle of a tropical storm for 5, 6, 7 days now, and we've got another few days, possibly a week, and we're completely flooded. Everything is just flooding everywhere. Even the new houses are flooding, so we're just like, oh, okay. And then it's also, I think, Mercury retrograde shadow moment right now. And this month of June, we have to, wow, 2020 is going to go into the history books, but so are the next few years as well. And this month in particular begins the eclipse season, begins a lot of other really powerful energies. And so I don't have it near me. Darn, in my session with my client this morning, she was telling me a few other things, certain planets, and I don't have them. I'm sorry, I wrote them down, but Neptune and Pluto and Saturn and something else, these 3 different things are currently in a certain configuration. And one was, the last time it was like this was during the American Revolution. And look at the protests happening right now. That's an energy thing, right? Kind of interesting. Another thing was what was happening when Rome fell, the fall of Rome. Well, we know this is the great deconstruction. We know that this is the moment that everything is going to come apart, just like a metamorphosis. We're going from the caterpillar to a whole new level of being. And in order to become the butterfly, be able to fly, be able to spread our wings and show our colors and completely change our form and who we are, it's really important that we transform. Hang on here, I'm just hearing somebody there. And we're able to walk through this. That's why we're here. But how we walk through it, who we're being, how we're feeling, what we're thinking, we have to let go of who we were and open to the possibility that there's a world, there's a version of us that we could never even have imagined to this point. So what I want to invite you to do is to come into this chamber, come into this full moon healing with simply an open heart that says, I'm ready to see. One of my clients that I did private session with about 3 weeks ago, I think, in the session, there was a lot of profound things that are revealed, and patterns and agreements and old relationships. All kinds of these things come up because these are the things that are holding us attached to believing that we're not good enough, or there's not enough, or this is bad, or whatever it is that's holding you in a lower state. And one of the things that came up for him was we found a treasure chest deep in his subconscious. And that treasure chest was, he was told not to touch it or to open it, try to figure out what's in it for 7 days. And this was really hard for him. And he's going through a lot, like many of us. So he went through the 7 days. And when he opened it, it was so profound what he was shown about who he is, who he was, and what he is now really meant to do. And what's interesting is that he just literally, boom, rebooted his life. He just went, I had no idea. I was never able to see it before. And wow. So I have to basically cocoon, you know, he stopped going on social media, stopped connecting, doing 3 meditations a day and breath work and different things, and really unplugging from negativity. And what I would call going into a cocoon to metamorphosize, to say, wow, well, we're in a cocoon. We're being, some places not anymore, but most of us are still staying home. And we've had this opportunity to stop, and the world has been breathing. And it's so important that we don't rush out and try to make life start happening the way it was before. It's not going to. That's not a scary thing. That's an opportunity. Isn't it wonderful to think that we could shift our lives, and the price to pay to move up into this new world that's being created is to let go of all the hatred, the negativity, the anger, the fear, the depression, the shame, the guilt, the blame. All of it has to go. And we've been working on it for years, and we've been working on it for years. And now we're at the top of the mountain. We're at the gate. So today, during this meditation, I want to invite you to tune into that soothing, soft, cool energy of the divine feminine, the moon. And I want to invite you to tune in also to the gold God ray, the masculine energy of the sun, and all of the power, information, codes that are there. And bring balance, okay? Bring harmony into you. So bring the two together, and let's have this full moon healing be even more powerful. It's going to be illuminated by that soft, loving gaze of the divine feminine. When the moon energy, it's like that adoring, unconditional love of a mother or a parent, gazing without any judgment, nothing held back. Oh, well, if you work this way, I would love you more. When you achieve this, I will love you more. Why aren't you like this? What's wrong with your hair? Whatever it was, right? None of that. These are really pure divine energies. And I also want to invite you to remember that this is consciousness, the gold ray, the all-seeing eye, the flower of life. It's a sacred geometry pattern. It contains every other shape that's ever used to build anything. To build an atom, to build a chemical, but to build, you know, protons, to build our cells, to build our bodies, to build buildings. Every single thing is made of energy in these patterns. So these are keys, these are codes, these are downloads, these are software, these are passwords for you. And so open yourself, receive the information. What codes, information are you ready to remember or to be revealed to you? And what memories, attachments, heaviness are you ready to release? So let the sun illuminate in that bright, warm, empowering way, and let it infuse your solar plexus, your place of will. So you can breathe and be connected to that and receive the information, and then be open to that divine, feminine, soothing, loving healing as well, and let that illumination, a different kind of light, but both the light, come down and softly show you things. So remember, there's so many dimensions. Insects can see things we can't see. Dogs can hear things we can't hear. So this car, this vehicle, our bodies, is wonderful, but it can't see everything, all the energies. It can't hear or taste or sense all the energies, but you have 360 senses. And so each time you do a process like this, you awaken those senses a little bit more. And right now, with the deconstruction and the transformative energies cosmically and globally and personally, you are going to be able to let go and shed some of those strong bonds, beliefs, attachments, subconscious obligations, karmic agreements, all these things that live within the mind, the emotions, the body, create the disease, the struggle, the desire to do what you want, but the pressure, not to be, discounted or disowned or burned at the stake. There's so much conflict within us, and there's conflict in the world. And it's been that way for a long time. So we're part of the great cleanse. So what a beautiful way to take this moment, cleanse ourselves, but relax into the moment and allow these two energies to come together within you and illuminate different things. So the beautiful divine feminine moon will illuminate different things than the sun. They both carry information, messages. Now, again, relax, because you receive information uniquely in a way to you, and it changes and develops over years. But when I first got on my spiritual path and I started to meditate, I didn't see anything, I didn't feel anything, I didn't get any messages, I didn't have any visions, and it took a long time. Now things are moved very fast. You can come to one of my healings or take one of my courses or do one thing in the LightBody school, and you will start to awaken those senses. You will be inside of a safe space. You will feel these energies that are here, conscious energies here, whether it's the sacred shape of the flower of life, or the spherical consciousness of the sphere, or the violet flame, the seventh ray of creation, which we often work with. It doesn't matter what the energy is, what form it appears to you in. Just be open for it to appear to you in whatever way. Be ready and willing and open and receptive. And you can start to say that now. I'm ready and willing and open and receptive. I'm ready and willing and open and receptive. This is a command. You're the one in charge of your life and your body. You need to tell yourself, be here now, and bring all of you present into this moment for the biggest shift, for the biggest illumination. Be simply an excellent receiver, open and receptive to what's optimal for you, so that you can just bask in the middle of this chamber, in the middle of this beautiful illumination healing, and see, just watch. Don't be effortful, don't analyze, don't try to figure it out. That means you're in your head and you don't want to be there for this. That's for later. Take your notes. We'll talk if you want. We'll analyze what happened to you. We'll look at it then. But this is dropping into being a receiver, to being willing to be fully present here, ready and willing and open and receptive to receive what's optimal for me to know, to release what is optimal for me to release at this time. So everything in the Infinity Healing Chamber is already encoded and structured in a sacred way. And the team that I work with, I call them the LightBody Healing Council, they're all here as well. So you might sense or feel these energies. I'm going to do a live healing in a week, I think a little over a week. The last one in this series, where I'm going to walk you through meeting, communicating, healing with, and interacting with all of the different beings in the LightBody Healing Council. However, what we're going to do today is they may come through specifically and ask me to say something to you. And I may say, Kuan Yin is over here holding the compassion of the world or something. However, what you don't need to worry about is what's there. So just reading a message from Anam. Oh, how wonderful. Welcome. That sounds wonderful. She sent that to me privately, so I'm not going to share it. Sorry. Also, feel free to say hi, to ask anything or share anything in the chat window now, ideally after the healing. And then at the end, if the internet is holding out, you can chat, you can share with me what's happening, and I'll help analyze it or look at it or read for you, see what I see, or you can ask questions. And it all depends on the internet. Right now, it's not too bad. So let's get started. All right, so hopefully you're somewhere comfortable. Welcome. This is Akasha from nanakasha.com, and this is a Bliss Life Global podcast, the Global Energy Medicine Healing Series. And this is one of the series of live healings that I'm doing, but they're also going to be posted up on YouTube, on my podcast as an audio, and on the special page. If you want to go to nanakasha.com/Bliss Life Global Healing, you can sign up to get on the special page that has all of these, so you don't even have to go look it up on YouTube. You can subscribe on YouTube if you want, and then that'll show up in your feed, I think, or something. And but on that page, there's also free gifts, and there's all of the series of interviews I did with people doing healings, offering healing tips on energy medicine, a really nice wide variety of them. So what you want to do is get comfortable. You don't need to look at me anymore. If you want to close your eyes, please start that. And turn off your notifications on your phones and all your bingers and bongers. And I'm just going to introduce you to a few of my friends that are all around me, but these ones in particular are asking to come and be here. And I'm just showing them to you so that you can tune in. This is Ishel, and this is a Maya goddess. She's one of the most important Maya goddesses, and she's a goddess of the moon, of the rainbow too, of fertility, of women, of abundance. Here she's pouring waters down from the moon onto you. She's got the snake on the head, similar to they did in Egypt, because this signifies enlightenment, opening of the third eye and the crown, the ability to see between the worlds, also the ability to transform, because snakes shed their skin and grow. And here in Mexico, in Maya land, in the Yucatan where I live and do my retreats, we see Kukulkan is the serpent god here, and he's feathered. He has feathers around his head. Why? Because they signify enlightenment, spirituality, connection to the higher self. That's what headdresses are for, crowns, the crown chakra open, the feathers representing spirit, the ability to fly, to go between the worlds and all that. And so that's a very, very important guide, because it's the pathway of life, up and down, in the snake, but learning to shed the old, let go of what's happened, and then emerge through the mouth of this serpent god, Kukulkan, with the feathers, with your wings, enlightened. So he is a guide. You just follow the path and trust. Keep shedding the old, follow the path and trust. So thank you for coming in. He's one of our very big guides when we're here. Anybody else? This is, okay. This is a corn goddess, the corn maiden. Many Native American tribes in America also have this. This was given to me by our Aztec shaman during one of the ceremonies. And what I loved about it is she has the headdress with the feathers. There must be a reason that these are coming forward, because I'm thinking you're going to do something about opening your crown and your feathers and your connection to spirit. And then she's got wings too, which I'd never seen before. And then the corn is abundance. It's also creation, because the Maya believed that we came through the corn. And this is a sacred geometry shape that has a lot of significance here. So you can tune into that energy. Anybody else? This one. So this is a beautiful wand that was in a play, actually. Was made for a play, and my friend had it, and I wanted to let it move to the new person. So I'm just showing you this because something might trigger for you. The rose quartz, the crystal, the copper. This is a wood, see the stick. So these energies come right here underneath us. All right. So, first, as we enter the Infinity Healing Chamber, as we acknowledge it around us, in fact, and we're here together in a sacred circle all around the world. Around us is the LightBody Healing Council. Above and below us, our cone, an enormous cone of gold light, the gold ray, the ray that holds all other rays of creation and gives you anything and everything you need to heal, remember, release, renew, and align. It gently pulls out all you're ready to release. Open your heart and your mind to this beautiful conscious being here to assist us in this full moon illumination healing. You can feel that warm, gentle gold ray, warm on your forehead, your face, your throat, your chest. Like the most beautiful warm sunlight. You feel it across your arms, your hands, your belly, warming your legs, your feet. And now it begins to saturate you. You feel this coming from above and below. And you begin to feel the expansiveness, the openness of this infinity healing chamber. In your heart, declare, I am open and receptive to fully enter and be present with all of me, mind, body, emotions, all of my light body, fully present here, now. Relax and feel yourself sinking a little deeper into your chair. Letting go of holding your hands or arms or neck. Letting this gold ray, this spiritual golden sunlight, like an exquisite, rich, nourishing elixir, begins to sink in to your body and your cells, in to your bones, into your blood. And that gold light is rich and dense with codes and symbols and languages, with passwords and secrets, with keys to your purpose and codes to unlock and switch your DNA. Go deeper. Take a deep breath in. Bring it in through your nose very slowly and drink in the gold ray. Feel that energy coming in, up, over your brain and your scalp and down your throat. Hold it as long as you can. And when you release it, let that gold ray move through your body and your cells, cleansing, clearing, washing away heaviness, worry, stress, fear. Good. Now, as you feel this golden spiritual sunlight coming, you feel occasional bursts of this central sun, this powerful healer. The solar flares reach out to you, and as is optimal for you at this time, they will come closer and closer and speak to you. Release as the LightBody Healing Council and I untie, unravel, unhook, unbind, unbutton, detach the heavy energies, the old fears, the old patterns, the reactions, the old you. Allow the sun to move deeper into your being, and it begins to move into your heart and through the walls around your heart. The light, the fire just melts and deeper into your heart and begins to light the way down to your true purpose, down to that safe space deep within you that knows who you are, remembers how to be, knows you create your reality. I'm ready and willing to see and feel and remember who I truly am. Feel it, declare it. Breathe the fire breath and let this illumination from the sun go down into your belly. Awaken your 12th central sun chakra. Connect you to the central sun. Connect you to our Earth's sun. And completely saturate you with the gold ray. Do just short little breaths in and out of your nose, only moving your belly. Stop when you need to, relax. Feel that fire growing brighter and brighter. It's burning so bright it moves right through the sacral and into your root. It lights a bonfire and begins to burn away all that keeps you attached or detached from living in the present moment, owning your truth, your power, your purpose, and knowing you can rise above, shift your state, and align with your purpose no matter what is going on. Relax and feel this flame, this golden, bright, powerful light moving through every vein and moving through the mind and moving and burning through the old beliefs, untying, unhooking, dissolving, burning away all of the energies that hold those old beliefs, thoughts, agreements, self-image of lack, shame, guilt, blame, anger, fear, depression, craving, grief. Like a dragon's breath, the flame of golden life force, the gold God ray and the sun burst through you. Relax, 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 and let it all go. Breathe again. And as the sun begins to bring an open pathway deep into your consciousness, you feel it moving through each energy center, your earth star and your feet, burning away and allowing your feet chakras to drain all you're ready to let go of. And through your root and your sacral, through your solar and your heart, your higher heart, your throat. Reconnect your head. Heal all those times you were beheaded, gagged, hanged, throat slit, metaphorically, energetically, mentally, emotionally, or physically. It's time for you to own and speak your truth. Say in your heart, I am that I am. I am that I am. Iye, Esher, Iye. I am that I am. I am light. I am light. I am light. And feel that flame moving into the third eye and moving through all of the brain, all the pituitary, pineal, hypothalamus, the inner eye, the all-seeing eye, and out your crown like a golden headdress. Rays and streams of golden light and flame and the rays of the suns of all dimensions, times, places, bursting forth from your own crown. Feel the illumination, the awakening. Relax and give yourself permission. I am ready and willing to let go of all that no longer serves me, to trust my higher self, my I am presence, and my body elemental, forming a trinity of power, protection, and reconnection to my highest truth. I release, trust, relax, and let go, let go, let go. Allow your higher self, body elemental, and I am presence, the other levels of you in this life. Weave your heart. Open it and reconnect it to their clear guidance and communication. Let the golden sunlight move through your body, mind, and emotions, burning away that's unserving and outdated, limiting, and illuminating the treasures, the truth of who you are. Enjoy, receive, watch. Breathe in the gold ray and let it go. Watch it move through your entire light body, your mind, your emotions, your field. Watch, listen, and tune in with your 360 senses to what is dissolving, shifting, leaving, being unearthed, being detached, being uncovered. Enjoy until I bring you back. Relax and allow the gold ray, the golden spiritual sunlight, and the information and healing from the great central sun, from our sun, and from your own solar plexus to continue to open, clear, connect, and renew. And now you feel and sense the all-seeing eye all around you, the center of the Infinity Healing Chamber. And you feel the soft, soothing, cool, feminine glow of the full moon. It illuminates with the soft, soothing glow. And you stand in the center of the all-seeing eye, in the center of the two sides of you, the two sides of your brain, the two sides of your being, the above and the below, the spiritual and the material, the dark and the light. You stand here and feel the wave of divine, unconditional love. The soothing, cool energy of the moon as it illuminates everything you are ready and is for your highest good to release. You might see it, understand it, remember it, or you might just feel something moving. The moon, enormous, silver, glowing, a soft pink rosy glow is like a portal. It's like an iris. It's like an eye inside of this all-seeing eye. She asks you, are you ready and willing to see, to release, and to renew? Known and unknown, conscious or unconscious, physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, financial, relational, any and all patterns, agreements, energy attachments, bonds, beliefs, thoughts, or obligations that no longer serve your highest purpose. And releasing these to me at this time, they will be balanced and burned in the flames of the golden sun. And the ashes will be consumed in the body of Gaia. And the moon will feed and nurture your rebirth, the phoenix that will rise from these ashes of what you now release. Say it, believe it, feel it. I am ready and willing to release. I am ready and willing to remember if needed. I am ready and willing to renew, to let go of who I thought I was, had to be, had to have, had to do. To let go of all of the image of who I am and why I'm here that doesn't align with my highest purpose. Now the two lights, the cool, blue, feminine, soothing, magnetic light of the moon and the fiery flares of the sun move through you. The more you relax, receive, and let go and say, yes, I'm ready, they move deeper into your being through subtle bodies, through chakras, through the mind, through the spine, through the cells, through the DNA, through the soul and the Buddhic body, through the emotions and the memories. The two lights begin to meet and dance and swirl. They slowly begin to blend, keeping their own light, but forming a spiral. A spiral of silver blue light and a spiral of golden orange fiery solar energy, swirling together like ice cream swirl cone. They move faster and faster now within you. Relax as the all-seeing eye around you opens anything you need to know, removes anything you need to release. And the flower of life sphere around everything glows, glistens, spins, and begins to saturate the entire space with a glowing, protective light of divine illumination. We activate this full moon solar flare illumination healing at optimal rate and state for each person at this time. Enjoy. The cleansing and releasing and unhooking and uncovering is complete, and you just rest, float, glow, flow. Feel the lightness, receive the messages, see what is coming forward. Now we ask for illumination of what is next, what is the best next step. And we're open and receptive to receive what is that next best step for each of us, individually and as one with the planet, the people, and all life here. Receive, be an excellent receiver. And we now are open and ready and receptive and willing to receive guidance on what to think, see, feel, what's the state, each of us, that will take us out of the old programs into the light, to see our purpose, our powers, and our path. Declare in your heart, I now see, request, and accept an increase in connection to my higher self, my body elemental, and my I am presence. An increase in clarity, energy, light, illumination. An increase in flow on my path and purpose to people, places, opportunities, to relationships, experiences. I am now ready and willing to receive the codes, guidance, in any form that is optimal for me. What is the next step on my soul's path? And I now see, request, and accept the download of information, energy, codes, colors, feelings, visions that will unlock my purpose and my ability to stay connected to it no matter what. Relax and receive. Now take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe in this new you. Let it saturate your body. And take a deep breath in now through your belly. Feel and see it coming in, and feel and see how bright and light your solar plexus is. See and feel that light all through your body now. And now take your hands and take one hand and just touch the other hand. Just feel it. and watch with your newly awakened, illuminated clarity, the energies in it moving as you touch it, the warmth and the cool, the balance, the flow. And now take your hands and paint your body as if you had paint of the gold ray and the moonlight on your hands, and spread it up your arms, over your chest and your belly. And just feel yourself soothingly caressing, anchoring this beautiful light, the light of duality, creation, all the way down your legs and your knees. If you can reach your feet, otherwise just send it down there. And then gently touch your face and lovingly watch as you spread this light over your face and around your eyes and your forehead. And then just tap very gently on your crown, down the middle and around the edges, and down across the forehead. And just tap this light in and allow your command center, your third eye and crown chakras, to take this balanced feminine and masculine energy and open new clarity, new connections. Feel it as you move into your body. Begin to move your legs, your hands, your feet. Breathe it in. See or feel the sensation or a word or a symbol or a color that you felt when you were fully immersed in this space with that perfect balance of masculine and feminine, gold and silver light. And anchor that down into you. And now expand your awareness out from your inner brain, your inner eye, and notice how your body feels, looks. Is it glowing? Does it have a different texture or density? I see some of you glowing quite brightly, some blue halos pulsing. Do you feel a tingling, a pulse, a quickening, or a lightening in your body? Just allow your inner eye, your awareness, to gently scan through your body. Now expand that out and feel into your emotions and your thoughts, into your mental body. Does it have a different sense of density, color? Is it moving, tingling, reorganizing? Is it filling up? Is it draining? And now just expand your awareness out as if you're rising above yourself into your soul star with your higher self, and sitting in this beautiful energy space. You Gaze out through that all-seeing eye across your entire light body, your life, and your soul's purpose. Take a moment to look, assess, discuss what you can see and how you feel as this illumination has begun and will continue for 3 days. Reinforce it, remember it, breathe it in, anchor it, drop back into it, or repeat this. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute to give you time to gaze out, to be with your higher self, to anchor this, to come back into your body. Make sure that whether you want to come back now or you want to stay in your space, that's perfect. Stay as long as you can in your deep space. This is a very deep healing, shift, and activation. It's going to continue within you and around you for 3 days. And you can listen to the replay as well to reinforce that. And then if you'd like to share, if you'd like me to do a reading or interpret anything for you, I'll be here for a little while, but just stay in silence for another minute or so. And you can ask me. You don't have to turn your video, or you could put it in the chat window. All right, in about a minute, I will start the readings with Nancy and then Jay and then Julie. And if we have more time, please feel free to say you want one. In the meantime, come back, take your time, take your notes, enjoy. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to tune into Nancy first. She put here, let me just see what else. I never had a reading. What do I do? Lisa said, um, there's lots of people. If I get to you, if we have enough time, then I'll call on you. You can, don't say anything, or you can put down like, these are my challenges, or this was my vision, or this was my block. Or you can just ask me to do a scan. And Shea said, I've experienced visions of being back in my mother's house. I remember how calming it was. I seen small balls of radiating light, and I could smell beach water or the smell of pool water. Ooh, how wonderful. I love that. Yeah, there's a lot there. So if I don't have time, we'll do another one and we'll look at some of these deeper. And Lisa said, I saw black blue clouds in a half moon along a beach storm, then Mayan worship area, then wheatgrass and the farm in the Midwest where I was born were born, then merging with a Mayan statue of some kind through the eyes of Nan. Wow, that one's epic. Ooh, I can't wait to go look at that one a little bit more. Yeah, I found my Mayan home. Um, Nabila says, thank you for the tingles. Good to see you too, sweetie. Okay, so let me just tune in here. Wow, I'm actually hot. So much energy was raised. It's not hot here, believe me. Tropical storms. But, all right. Nancy. So Nancy Adams, I'm going to just move in on what you shared here about, I'm having a really hard time with asthma and coughing, and I need advice. I have meds, but not helping as much as I need. Okay, so let's see here. Interesting. So we don't necessarily look just at that area, but for you, yes, that is the area over the lungs, the heart. Remember, it's lungs, breath, life force, breathing deeply, being present, and heart, obviously, for heart center, energetically and spiritually, heart, center of the body, and the most powerful generator in the body. It's also a shield, your breast shield, your rib cage, and you have spine, spinal fluid, central nervous system, and then also breasts, like nurturing and nourishing, being fed or feeding. So there's a lot of energy in this area, a lot of meaning to it. And so what I'm seeing initially for you is it's all gray, like concrete. There's no color. It actually has a lot of energy over it. Looks very heavy. Something's on top of the chest. And it looks like wings, oddly enough. So it looks like concrete wings, very heavy. There's some kind of broken energy structures underneath the right side, almost like broken bones, but it's energetic structure. And broken truce, broken pact, a broken bond. This is the masculine side. This is the action side. This is a little bit warrior, you know, like heaviness of armor. So kind of not steel armor though. It's more formed to the body, but it's not. It's energetic, but this is connected to Okay, now I'm seeing some iron hooks in the back of that center here. It's very hard to breathe, you're right. There is something very strongly anchored that you are hooked to, that's literally holding you back as the rest of you is moving forward. This whole center here is weighed down as well as being held back, and there's two big hooks. It's like huge metal hooks coming out of a giant, you know, stone wall almost, just looks like, and they're hooked into this. Interesting though, the back of it is just fabric, and it's hooked through the fabric. The front of it. So in this case, this back of you represents your time-space continuum. Your body, your current reality, to live in a linear reality today, tomorrow, next year. You live in a time-space continuum. It's an energy structure like a tunnel, and you're facing forward. Everything from the midline forward is in the physical world. It's sort of like, hello, we're here. The back part is often where you feel a presence of an angel or an energy coming or going or guidance or something. It's because this back part of you is connected to the back part of your time-space continuum. So it's it's open, and it's not as dense, and it has a connection. In this case, let's see, behind the wall. Okay. So these wings are laid on top of you. They're like giant gray concrete wings. I need to ask, what is this? There's something about a fall from grace. There is a perception, and it's very complex energy. This is why this is hard for you to breathe, because one part of it might feel a little lighter and then the other part will press down. So energetically, you tried to stop someone. I'm not clear on what life this was, but it doesn't matter. It'll tell us what we need to know. So it's like you are grabbing a huge statue of what we would call an angel, but a person with giant wings, and you're behind, and you grab the wings right where they connect to the body, and you're like, no, don't do it, don't go. And you're holding that back. You felt that this person in your life who was moving into unknown realms, you didn't understand what they were doing. They were very enlightened. They were able to meditate, travel, communicate with other sea energies, whatever, some form of connection at higher levels. And this was in the dark ages, I'm hearing, in the dark ages, as we're still coming out of the dark ages. That's what's breaking down right now. So there's you, and you're holding, and you're trying to hold them back. This was an inspired action from your heart, completely from a place of love and worry for this person. And in the process, it's like you pulled their wings off and you fell, and they fell on top of you. You had the fall from grace, so to speak, energetically, instead, because of what ended up happening for them. Are we going to see that? Not right now. Okay, so all I see is that this is energetically, metaphorically, you pulled their wings off as they were going forward into a realm you didn't understand, and therefore caused something not optimal to happen for them. The minute that happened, you went into a state of despair, depression, and guilt, and kept this burden on you of these big, heavy concrete wings. It's like something you're like, no, I have to keep these on me. I almost don't deserve to move forward. I'm feeling the need to breathe deeply. I make sure that you breathe into your belly, so past your chest. And then you don't have to worry about if you have a heaviness. This is a very common symptom in my private sessions, is a pressure or a heaviness, and literally a feeling that something's on the chest. And so you have two things. You have that, breathe into the belly. That's it. Breathe in and hold it. It's very hard to breathe. So now, are you ready and willing to let yourself release this burden, this self-imposed sentence, this carrying, this heaviness? Ooh, there you go. When you feel ready and willing, just say yes in your heart and keep allowing the energies to move. Almost an immediate shift, but then you hesitated. So relax your energy. You don't have to think anything, but just let go, receive, release, trust, relax. The LightBody Healing Council is doing a lot of work around you. The gold ray cone is pulling out, lifting very gently these energies. Just let it lift up. Great. Looks like they have like a crane pulling it up now. It's very, very heavy. Wow. So as that's being lifted away, you need to continue to let it go. All right, you need to continue daily. I'm hearing 7, 14 days, maybe 24 days, every day, consciously go in and remind your body all of the imprints of carrying this for so many lifetimes, the heaviness of the obligations and agreements that you've put in place due to the emotion involved in it. Release it, see it being lifted away. At some point you may see it gone. To me, it's just further and further up, slowly going away, but there's that chance you could bring it back. So just relax. And now there's this dent almost in your energy field right here. It's like your chest is concave. I felt an immediate lightening. It's still concave. It's like a boulder's been sitting on your chest, and that's where we were seeing the broken connections here. So what we're going to do is put a harmonized power program around this area for you. This is a LightBody healing tool that is an encoded sphere with the full color spectrum, and it brings very gentle, very slow, gentle, soothing healing, relaxing, dissolving, opening the field for healing, and assisting gentle regeneration. And it's like an infusion. So it's going to just gently feel like misting this energy down for 7 days. 7 days? Okay, 7 days, 7 days. Breathe. Now they're also showing me to practice with your posture, standing, not straining, and opening your arms a little bit more each time you do it, and expanding. And I don't know if you can see my arms, but out and bending backwards a little, opening your throat and allowing and seeing the energies moving here. All right. So there's 2 vows. These are agreements that you make consciously or subconsciously in some experience in your soul's many lives, and it's so intense and made in such a moment, it becomes a vow, it becomes embedded, and it becomes a pattern of fear. And it might be, I'm never speaking up again, I'm never using my power again, and then you get into this life and you want to speak up and you want to do things and you can't. So there's 2 that are attached to this, and they're not telling me what they are. They're showing me, like I said, they're just these hooks in this fabric. They really aren't that hard. They're already there. So this is for you over the next few days to be with, and the illumination of this healing is going to help you highlight it. And what you want to do is not judge it, hate it, wish it were gone, worry about it. Simply watch. Be a loving, unconditional, loving, present parent type of thing. Like, come on, honey, come on out. It's okay. Little puppy that's hiding and scared or something. And just let them come to you. They're going to come to you. They may come in a dream. They may come in many different ways. Write them down when you see them. And then consciously tell yourself that you're releasing them. Reach out to me if you want some help doing that. But that's the basic. Yeah. Okay. And then okay, good. So we're just really stirring up the energies in your heart center. It's had a lot of damage to the structure. And now this is like, you know, getting in a car accident, having the car lifted off of you. Now that pressure is gone, the bones can get realigned, the energies can get reconnected and begin to heal. So you might feel sore, this whole part here. It's feeling much lighter now, but you may literally feel sore. I had a client have that happen a couple of weeks ago after we worked energetically on all these different levels of her light body and being and agreements, and it was very heart-based, heartbroken type stuff. She literally felt like it was tender. So of course, swimming in the ocean or doing a salt bath and being for everybody here is really important. And the moon is saying, just sit with her and let her nurture that, bring her into your heart. All right, good, beautiful. All right, Jay, did you want to talk? Let me see, I don't see anything in the chat window. So are you able to unmute yourself? Let me check here. I'm gonna unmute you, Jay. Okay. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey. Oops.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So tell me how I can help you.
Oh, especially my right shoulder. There's a lot of pain on that side. Tried the physio, tried a lot of things, but doesn't seem to shift. So perhaps there's something stuck energy in there.
And how long have you had that?
Oh, say about a year or so.
Okay. And what happened then?
Nothing. I just left it.
So nothing was changing in your life?
No. The movement got better, but the pain wasn't going, you see. Because the movement I got stuck with the movement as well. But now it has released a bit.
Okay. And what kind of things do you feel burdened by?
Oh, I feel not burdened by anything.
Okay, there's something there that you're holding on to. Some kind of an obligation, some kind of, they don't have to be conscious, so it's okay. I was wondering if you were aware. So do you feel anything is holding you back or weighing you down, whether you're conscious of it or not? Is there anything that you like move towards doing and then procrastinate, or is there anything you can feel like that?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, it's interesting because it looks like a, I want to say a cape, but it's not a cape. It's like a towel, a blanket, probably more like if you tied a blanket around your neck.
Yeah.
But it's all draped over that right side. So
Right.
let's see if we can, it kind of comes from around the neck and goes this way down.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yes, there's something that you want to do and you aren't taking action on it. Are you aware of what that is?
No, not really.
Okay. So
No.
this is something that's very deeply hidden and it really wants to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you said the right, yes? Right shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see like a glowing gold red energy in the kind of right in the shoulder bone, right in that center there.
Yeah.
Um, and then this kind of protective energy or something draped over it.
Mhm.
And let's see. Yeah. Okay. So what that is there was some kind of an agreement that you made to not, I want to say do something, but it's different than that. Let me see how the feeling is to not give something. Interesting. To not give something. Um, yeah, somebody asked you not to tell, not to give the information, not to something at some point, and it was very painful for you to not do that. But you made that vow, you made that agreement. It's very sacred to you. Now I'm seeing like a horse, something that looks like probably England, um, like a dome, but a lot of greenery. And so you literally became almost atrophied, that arm. It became useless. You didn't do anything. You felt stunted in your ability to give. And so there's it's almost like it's been there for so long, even though in this life it hasn't, but energetically,
Mhm.
uh, that it's atrophied, right? It's just gotten to where it can't move energetically. So what is it that you want? It wants green, emerald green energy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is just sit a couple of minutes a day or
Yeah.
more and visualize. And actually, they're showing me, imagine injecting it, like you're actually injecting it in to that bone, that area,
Yeah.
this very deep emerald green energy.
Mhm.
And then just sort of watch it and feel it moving into it, saturating it, and then moving out. See if you see any other energies moving and see what comes up. Now, the reason that this energy is sort of, um, it's it's still attached to you, it's around your throat, but it's
Mhm.
not on fully, right? It's sort of hanging off the one side,
Right.
is you've freed yourself from the idea that you need to limit yourself to not give. But this has been a theme for you in very unusual ways, and you have a huge desire to give.
Mhm.
You have a huge desire to share more, to be more, to give more in whatever way that is for you. And
Yes.
there's this energetics that's countering that. It's almost like, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back in different ways. And so this is really showing that you've freed up your feminine side, your intuitive side. You've come in touch with that. You're ready to really own that purpose. And this is still there, right? This is like, okay, it's leaning on this side, and it's keeping from more of the action moving forward, um, in whatever way that is. Now, there isn't a balance yet in the energies, so the clarity of whatever that means for you, it may not be there. What's important now is for you to begin to infuse that energy, and then they're showing me to literally untie. Feel like you're energetically, you can pretend you're untying something that's, like a cape that's tied around your neck.
Mhm.
Untie it. Now we go like this in energy healing and light weaving. We would weave, and you could pull things out, you know,
Okay.
and stuff like that. But to each day get up and just go like that and feel if you can sense energies, if how dense it feels when you open and let it go. You might feel it really heavy the first time, or only move a little bit, and then the next day you might feel a little lighter, then you might not feel it there. But that's something they want you to do, because what happens is we have these patterns, we've carried these energies for so long, they're familiar. So they try to come back, the echoes, the thoughts, and we already have the neural pathways that align with them. Because once you release that, then they're showing me what you want to do is keep infusing this physically, but also remember all of the physical ailments are in the mental and emotional or other bodies. So you want to go to asking it to tell you if there's something else it needs, if there's some agreement it needs. If you have arnica, if you're familiar with arnica, homeopathy, you could rub arnica gel on it. I would do that immediately. If you can get some, you can probably order it on Amazon. And you could do that many times a day. It helps with pain, but it's a healing. It's a very, very healing for muscles, for soreness. And you can also get the little pills too. There's three, feels like three right now, three main energy patterns that are going to come forward. So they may not look like they're related to the shoulder, right? Something might pop up and something else might pop up. So watch for that in the next week and keep feeding this, and then reach. So they're telling, I'm hearing reach, be willing to reach for something, reach for what you want, you know. Of course, initially that's just maybe reach out and say, hey, what does this mean? What am I meant to do? How can I give more? And remember, everybody, please, I know you're all big-hearted giving people. Give more doesn't mean give away everything you have and then have nothing, right? Give more means give more of what you're here for, what your purpose is. You know, give more. It's interesting, the energies shift a lot inside of you, Jay, and you have this like, it comes up and there's this desire to give, and as much as you have been giving, there's more that you have, and the ways in which that you contribute, you know, that we can give without even talking to somebody else, right? We can give in a million different ways, but there's all these other ways, because you have an energy field of, I want to say it's very celestial, and you're very moon oriented, and you really have an affinity for glowing, for emanating energy. So there's some kind of a really beautiful opportunity for you to, when you alchemize this, transform this from what's talking to you right now. It's talking to you, right? It's saying, hey, listen, this is what you got to look at to go to the next thing. So try those different things and see what comes up, because they're very close to the surface. And then embody your glow. You know, I just see you kind of walking around with this glowing halo around you. And there's a lot that you're here to contribute energetically by allowing yourself to give your energy, right? To give, to allow yourself to receive enough that you don't get tired giving, right? Also, right? To be in the flow. It comes it all the time and goes out. So that's what they're showing me next. After you do some emerald green energy in there, then start to stream energy through it for just like a flow. Okay, I'm seeing gold, and then it's pink. So probably whatever energy is optimal will come through. But start by just like you're putting a Band-Aid on it, right? You're just infusing that energy and letting it sit there and saturate it, that emerald energy. And then I'm hearing in a few days, then start seeing energy moving through it gently, right? That first, and then that idea of movement and optimal flow, right? and reaching, you know, like reaching out type of idea, whether you do it physically or not. But the other thing, remember, for any physical ailment especially, or anything else we want, if you do mental rehearsal, right, you practice seeing yourself moving, feeling pain-free, you know, lighter and happier, and you practice that a few minutes a day just by closing your eyes before you go to sleep or something, one, that'll help you have wonderful dreams, and other things, good things will happen because you're in a great space when you go to sleep. But two, you're literally like practicing, you're helping the healing happen. So see that as well. Okay.
Okay, then thank you so much.
Absolutely, sweetie.
Thank you.
Okay, Julie dear. Oop, here we go. I got you. Julie, just checking. Okay, yeah, Julie with the butterfly. I love it. Okay, I've had a lot of shame coming up the last few days, realizing that I learned the pattern of shame. Anytime I made a mistake, anytime I believed in myself, anytime I felt disappointed, what did you expect? That it became a programmed response to so much in my life. No wonder I have struggled so much to release it. Also the belief that if I made a mistake, it erased, ruined, and soiled anything good that I did. So being human, I always ruined anything good. I released a lot, but it feels like there is still something here to be healed, cleared, and released. During the healing, I flashed on the faces of people in my life, looking at me with disgust, contempt, scorn, judgment, and each one was like a flash of pain. Interesting. Whoops, bye, Nancy. Okay, so let me look, Julie. So if you're not familiar with the scale that I talk about all the time, send me an email. We actually have a free bonus that you get the scale with, and like an hour video on how to use it. And what is important is you actually look, if you're on YouTube, look for my class on how to master your emotions. And in there, there's, it'll tell you how to get a link to that scale. So shame that Julie's talking about is the lowest state that we can measure, the lowest vibration in something alive. And so it's a very low energy state, as we all know. We all carry some. We've all been programmed with it. It's a miasm, which means it's in the earth. It's in our consciousness. It's in everything that's alive on the planet right now. Because there's even, I mean, I was raised with somebody saying, well, shame on you. And when you realize that's a curse, shame on you, you're telling somebody, drag you down to that lowest possible level and barely be alive. And shame is energetically a death wish in a way. There's often, if somebody has a terminal illness, which of course can be reversed at some times, but if they're told it's terminal, you will find a lot of shame vibration in their body or their liver or whatever is affected. So not only is it important that we don't want to live there, it's heavy, it's depressing, there's no energy, there's no hope, but we also don't want to let it live in us because it is toxic. So we have ancestral patterns, we have family patterns, we have personal patterns, we have soul patterns, and that all tie us to shame and guilt are the biggest ones. And so Julie's in my LightBody school. She's been to several of our retreats, and so I know her very well, and she's come a long way over the years that I've known her, a long way. So this is a very deep level that she's at right now. She's cleared through layer and layer and layer of debilitating patterns and agreements and family traumas and all different things, like most of us. And so this is significant for Julie anyway, because it's not just, oh, the general shame stuff. This is, she's uncovered, like all of us. So remember, we're in an upheaval, and the energetics of the planet that's upheavaling is just as powerful within us. Also, let's see, we have eclipses and all those other things I talked about. We have riots. Oh, the other thing I was going to say was, there was the American Revolution, had the same planet configuration as now, the fall of Rome, and the third thing was the Rodney King riots. And then we're seeing these other riots now. So there's an explosiveness to the energy, but the good part of a breakdown, explosive or not, is that it, what? Blows open patterns and old things that, and this is what I'm seeing for you, Julie, is something's been blown open, a new level, a new layer. And that's why it's, you know, coming up. Now, this is a pattern you've had before, but the people who came today during the healing came into the light, into the illumination chamber, specifically to say goodbye. So, you know, like I did this and that was our agreement. I'm done and I'm leaving. So I want you to do some work around that, weave it, write about it, let it go, you know, the usual thing. Now, let me take a look. Wow, really, I don't even want to let go of these two guys here. Made a mistake and it made, so you're always ruined everything. Yeah, I know, I had this pattern too. It still comes up now and then, little voices. Tangled ties, got it. There's no strength, got it. So Julie, I'm seeing a lot of fast images and hearing things from the LightBody Council. And what they're saying is that this is a very complex, there's a lot of ties here, right? Through these people and you and this and that and this life and this, there's so many, but that the illusion of the ties is tricking you because they don't have any strength in them anymore. And they look almost like a bungee cord. If you ever had a bungee cord and you stretched it. Oops, hang on, let me mute.
That's kind of guys on that.
There we go. Like bungee cords, you know, they stretch and they're very strong, but when they've been in the sun or they're old, they actually fall apart. They don't have flexibility or strength and they can't hold anything together. So I'm seeing all this, you know, very complex connections of energy around this issue, but they're, if you look closer, they've turned to dust, like they're starting to crumble. And yeah, it's almost to the point where it's needing your recognition that they don't have this connection or power over you anymore. That it's really this old pattern that's speaking. And so go in and weave those, unhook them, cleanse them. I'm going to do a cosmic cleanse. That's a cleanse that we do in LightBody Healing with the violet flame and another ray. Yeah, and the programming is similar. It's there. It's like the software disk is still in there, but first you've got to acknowledge all these bonds have decayed and clean them up. It's just almost like cleaning. It's like cleaning an overgrown garden. That's the first thing you need to do. Then the program, you know, oh, I always ruin it and stuff. First, finish the completion with those people's faces who showed up, because they're standing there, they really want you, rooting for you. They want you to let go because they're done, they're out. They don't want you to be carrying the energy anymore on the one side. You know how it becomes heavier when the other side of somebody that we have an issue with, that we have a pain from or a memory from, they don't even care, or they've moved on or something, you know. So acknowledge it, then clean this up with all these ties, and then then you're going to be able to see where that software disk is, that memory program is. There's also some writing that you need to do. Julie's a phenomenal writer around those exact words right there. Contempt, disgust, scorn, and judgment. And Donna will have the chat if you want a copy of what you wrote, but write those down, Julie. Disgust, contempt, scorn, and judgment. Those are the energies that are ready to be released. This is a very core, it looks like a root. This is a root, something that really started this. You're down to the core of it. And then do the poor girl, wealthy woman sheet, the poor mind sheet type of thing. Disgust, contempt, scorn, and judgment. See what comes up about them, describe them, even download, right? Do a whole download with them, describe it completely emotionally, or just look at them and experience that. And then look on the scale or get a vocabulary thing and just come up with one word to replace each of those. Okay? Then when you do your weaving, your infinity light weaving, whatever you're doing, the tower or whatever you're doing, in fact, it'd be good to do like that karma heart cleanse, but wherever you're feeling it, reach in and let it go. Bring in the replacement word, grab the judgment and take it out. Bring in the replacement, the positive word, and take the negative one out. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. It looks very good, honey. And if you have some rose quartz, it's really wanting you. So carry it around or be near it. There's some reason that this smoky quartz is very attracted to you right now too. Smoky quartz is of course clear quartz, but it has a very specific mineral content, so it ends up being this kind of dark color, but you can still see through it. This is what's happening right now for you. You're this clear, and it's just that tint. Okay, so move in it, but not with it giving away the power. Don't move into any of these. Walk into them, into the acceptance lounge, invite in disgust, and talk, let it come up, whatever you want, right? But this is like, this is like the final exit interview as they move to the next job. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's do a Akashic bubble for you. Ooh, very nice. Peace, 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 peace. All right, so you just a spinning peace. You know how the peace power program unfolds like a fan? It's like that, that's circular, like going around, like and colors, colors, colors. So you're going to have a peace bubble for you to go into this, each one of these, and let them talk to you and accept them and reintegrate them. Ooh, goody, I can't wait to hear what happens. Okay, let's see, it's 2 o'clock. Let me do one more. Let me see here. Let me just tune into Shea quickly here. She experienced visions of being back in her mother's house. Remember how calming it was? I seen small balls of radiating light and could smell beach water and smell of pool water. Really nice. When you get those spontaneously, they're really important cues for you. The energies, the memories, the thoughts, the feelings, the smell of the beach water, for me, is wonderful. And so if you remember it, it's going to bring you back into that illumination. If you remember it, it's going to bring you back into connection with the sun or the moon, right? And that calm feeling, so the mother's house and whatever other things, spend a few minutes every day feeling that calm and see what else shows up to strengthen it for you. That's a very important space for you, right, to integrate from. And Small balls of radiated light, and play with those. I would play with those and see what they're here to do. They feel like they're moving, restructuring or cleansing you in some way. Cool. Okay, so Dawn and Pamela and Lisa. Julie Bovenizer had a vision of riding in a unicorn, on a unicorn. Fantastic. The balls of light, they're I don't know that I would call them guides, but they're there, they're working with you, they're working on you. They're little balls of consciousness. They're light, but they're also feel, no, they're not like fairies or anything like that. They have a little bit of an elemental feel, but they're not specifically. They have a little of water energy, they have a little nature kind of earth energy. But yeah, like I said, sit with them, invite them to work, watch them, and see. They're speaking, but you have to raise your vibration, your consciousness, your state to where they're communicating. So it's like getting the right cell phone number so you can both talk on a clear connection. And that'll be fun. Come next week and we'll see what happened with that. Oh, I'm glad. So one person said, thank you. I was feeling emotional pain with somebody close, and now I feel extremely calm and centered with the moonlight. That's good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm going to get a copy of this, and I'm going to tune into the other people, and we'll either do, if you can come back. So let's see. Pamela, Lisa, Dawn, Julie, Bovenizer. I hope I'm saying that right. Okay, yeah. I'm just seeing all of them. So make sure that we have it. I'm going to take a copy of that. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll close now. Somebody said thank you into the LightBody Healing Council. And so let's take a moment to send gratitude. And like I said, I'll either do a special call or even a recording for those of you who asked for a reading. Or if you come to one of the ones next week, I can do that. Saturday, I think I'm going to be doing that. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just begin to generate an enormous amount of gratitude. Tune back into that sunlight, moonlight, sunlight, moonlight, sunlight, moonlight. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We give great thanks and enormous gratitude. So much appreciation and so much love to this gathering, to this moment, to the entire Infinity Healing Chamber, the gold ray, the all-seeing eye, the flower of life, spherical consciousness, to the LightBody Healing Council, to each and every one of you who were here live, to all of our higher selves and I am presences and body elementals, to those guides and energies, to this moment, and to all the celestials and to Gaia, all of the energies that are happening on the planet. We send gratitude. Now let's simply ask that this healing, this illumination, go down into the earth and begin to saturate the forests and the oceans, the rivers and the mountains, the trees, the animals, the ants, the butterflies, this illumination, this balance of light, this reconnection to truth, power through light and heart, down into buildings and into people and into cars and clothes. See it moving through the areas of tension and anger, and see it moving through the minds of those who've been holding on to hate and anger, manipulation and control. See it moving into the hearts of every person and bringing light. Light to see that we are one. Light to remember. Kindness, compassion, acceptance. See it moving into the throats so that those who are speaking up and have a message of truth can be heard and seen through the violence, and to ride this energy higher into courage, higher into neutrality, higher into willingness and trust, and connect. Bring light and illumination to our hearts, minds, souls, emotions, bodies, relationships, to our jobs, careers, and money, to our bodies. Thank you. And now just see that beautiful full moon again. And let it come into your heart. And fully embody that full moon in your heart center. And bring that illumination with you everywhere you go today. Illuminate your purpose, your passion, your solutions, your love, your power. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and this illumination go with us in our hearts, minds, hands, in our voice, eyes, thoughts. Thank you, thank you, thank you for illuminating our path to a higher life, to a kinder world, to one with purpose and peace, and all of us in harmony. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thanks everyone. Have a beautiful full moon. Spread the beauty and the love. We'll get the replay to you and share it. Enjoy it and let me know what happened. You can let me know on Facebook, or you can send an email to support@nanakasha.com. And just remember, it's okay to see who you really are, because it's friggin' awesome. And all the crap we were told and all the stuff we've been held back by, the rules don't apply anymore. Look, it's all gone. It's falling apart. It's deconstructing. We can be free to truly remember who we are and to truly be who we are. And boy, I can't wait for you to shine your light even more. Take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Come visit me at nanakasha.com or on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/joyfulnan.